So today, morning to all of you. My name is Professor Navid Akhtar from Maulana Mukhtar Ahmad Technical Campus. Today we will see another topic in the pollution. We all yesterday seen the soil pollution or land pollution, and today we will see the uh, water pollution. So applied techniques to reduce the environmental pollution. This was the your course outcome, and your unique outcome will be the state variations and the functions of water treatment plant, etc. So today's takeaways or learning outcome will be the student will know about the water treatment process, how the water is treated, and standard for the safe drinking water. So water is a precious gift from the nature, all of you know, and without water, the life on earth is impossible. You know that our earth is comprising around 70% of water, and that's why it is called as blue planet also. Water carries nutrients to all cells in our body and oxygen to our brain. Water allows the body to absorb mineral vitamins, etc. Water allows the body to absorb minerals, vitamins, etc. Water flushes out toxins and waste. Water helps to regulate body temperature. Drinking water, also known as potable water, it must be free from the all types of impurities. Generally, the types of impurities in the waters are uh, some suspended impurities are there, some dissolved impurities are there, some colloidal impurities are there, and some biological impurities are there. The potable water should be free from or some limited or permissible values are given by the Indian standard of these impurities in the water. And because it is directly affect our health. It also affect the uh, health of animals and fish cultures, etc. So that's why their limits are mentioned by the municipal authorities, and that limits should be uh, within the permissible limit only. Then only the human being and other living things will be healthy, and they will uh, available water with free from all these impurities. पानी हमको मालूम है कि ये इट इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सोर्स। बगैर पानी की जिंदगी हम सोच नहीं सकते अर्थ के ऊपर। पूरे वर्ल्ड में अगर अर्थ को हम डिवाइड करें अर्थ और वाटर पे, तो 30% अर्थ का एरिया है, लैंड एरिया है, और 70% वाटर का एरिया। इस 70% वाटर एरिया में सिर्फ 3% वाटर जो है फ्रेश वाटर है और पोर्टेबल वाटर है। अदर 67% of waters are the saline water, are the saline water. Now you can see the types of impurities in water. Suspended impurities, the visible and floating impurities are called as suspended impurities. So here you can see in figure also the plastic bottle are shown, and you can see these are the floating particles of the organic trees and grasses, and the plastics are floating over the surface of water. These are nothing but the suspended impurities in the water. Also, some suspended particles of sands and other uh, ingredients are available, and these are called as the suspended impurities in the water. Then the colloidal impurities, silt or clay, due to the amount of water these are present into the water, then these impurities are called as colloidal impurities. And dissolved impurities mean the soluble salt, that is calcium, magnesium, minerals, etc., which are not visible to us with naked eye, but these impurities are present into the water. Okay. Also, the biological impurities, the macroorganism, bacteria, viruses, etc., we are not able to see by the naked eye. They are also available into the water, and these are called as the biological. These organisms and algae and bacteria and germs, they are causing the disease. They are called as biological impurities. So why we need a treatment? The question, why we need the treatment of water? Generally, the wastewater from the industry and from the other sources, they are discharged to the water bodies such as rivers, ponds, and the sea, etc. So without treatment of this water, that untreated water will be the harmful for the river culture, for the pond culture, and the sea culture also, because the many organisms are living into the these cultures. Okay, so to remove the unpleasant and objectionable taste and odors from the water, this treatment of water is necessary. जो इम्प्रोटीज वाटर में है, जो डिस्चार्ज हमारे डोमेस्टिक यूज से पानी निकलता है, किचन से बोलिए, आपके डब्ल्यूसी से बोलिए, और जो इंडस्ट्रीज से वेस्ट वाटर निकलता है, आपके साइजिंग वगैरह है, that are very harmful for the land and the river and the living organism living into the water. So that's why we have to treat the water. Also, due to these impurities, the taste of water and the smell or odor of the water is not good. To remove this unpleasant or objectionable taste, odors, and impurities from the water, the treatment of water is needed. To remove the dissolved gases and color of water, remove all types of impurities present in the water, to kill the pathogenic germs which are harmful for the human health or animal health, that should be removed or treated. To make water fit for domestic, industrial, and commercial uses, we need the water treatment, and that term is also called as sometime in industry the softening of the water. Okay, so if hot water is there, there are the impurities of salt and they will hamper the industrial machineries, etc., in contact with the water, also human being. That's why we need the treatment of the water. Then how the water treatments is done, you will see the flow chart. This raw material collection, any raw water is collected, and then second step is screening. Okay, the first step is the raw water connection from the industry for the domestic use, and that is then the second step is the screening of that uh, raw material. Yani the large suspended impurities are removed by screening. Then, because the odor is not good of water, then the aeration, and then it is the water is sent to the aeration tank where the airs are mixed with the water, and the growth of bacteria is done. And to remove the odor into the pathogens, the bacteria, they will eat the organic matters available into the uh, aeration tank. They will get the oxygen by aeration, and the bacteria flourishes, and this bacteria, the large amount of bacteria available, and they are eating the organic matters. The organic matters are removed mostly in the aeration tank. Then it is sent to the sedimentation tank. Sedimentation tank, there is the primary sedimentation tank and secondary sedimentation tank. In primary sedimentation tank, the metals or heavy metals, etc., are separated. Okay, and the sedimentation of these particles are done. Some parts of fibrous and coagulation materials are also there, and that coagulation materials are also removed from the after the sedimentation, and then the flocculation of the process will be done. After the flocculation, the coagulation materials are removed on the surface or in the water, and then it is said to be water is sent to be the for the filtration purpose. And After filtration, the some salt and hard water is converted into the water softening, and at last the biological treatment, that the disinfection treatments are done, and then the water is distribution to the distribution system or to the water bodies is released after the process. So this is the flow chart of the uh, treatment of water uh, from raw collection to the distribution of water. Okay, so I think so you are understand this. Okay, I will proceed further. You can see the uh, water treatment process. Initial stage, the raw water collection. So raw water collection is there. You can see into the tank or through the canal or through the pipes, and then treatment processes start. So as we are collecting the raw water, before the collection there is a screening chamber. You can see here the grills are provided in the figure. You can see here the grills are provided, and this water entering to the through that grills, these metal gates, and you can see the suspended impurities are collected over the screen. Okay, so many such screens are, you can see here, are provided, one, two, three, four, and then this water collection is done. The first step is nothing but the screening of uh, your water. Okay, then first step is collection and then screening of your water, and then you have to come to the aeration tank where air is provided uh, by mechanical means, or by holding the water into the pond. So these aeration tanks are there where the process of bringing the water is intimate contact with the atmospheric air. It dissolves the oxygen into the water to remove the gases, to remove the odor, to change the taste of water. And also it precipitates unwanted metals like iron and manganese, and it is carried out to the cascade or spray aerators, and these aerators are doing their job, providing the oxygen and removing the uh, harmful odor and gases present in the water. Okay, now the fourth process is the sedimentation. There are primary and secondary sedimentation tanks. The removal of suspended matters having higher specific gravity than water, and also fine suspended matter by keeping water in standby position in 2 to 3 hours. So by this way, the sedimentation tank is there. You can say this tank is there. It is visible to you. So this, you can see the water is very silent here, and over this the water is collected, and the suspended impurities are settled down, and it is removed from the bottom. Then the coagulants, the process of addition of coagulant agent, usually aluminum sulfate or ferrous sulfate is added to raw water to remove the colloidal impurities from the water by formation of the flux. So when we adding the coagulant agent, the coagulation process is done, and all these impurities are converted into the flux. This you can see that coagulants are there, and then flux formations are there, and then in the process of flocculation is is the gathering of the colloidal particles into a large size, heavier than water particles, known as flocks, which can be effectively removed by sedimentation or flotation. So these are the process of treatment of your water. Then the water is passed through different layers of sand, gravel, or artificial screens or membranes are used for the filtration. The raw water inlet is there and outlet water will you can see after the filtration the gravel of 5 mm, then gravel of 10 mm, then gravel of 25 mm and porous cloths or membranes are provided so that the raw water filtration process is done. So in filtration process, it is under the gravity and the water from the top and it removes the impurities from the bottom and the layer is such that the water can flow easily. So impurities are removed and then filtration process all balance impurities and sedimentation are done here and particle and suspended fine particles are deposited here and the clear water we will get at the outlet. And this water is still hard, their color is still a muddy color or still some dissolved impurities are available into the water after the filtration and to remove that uh, calcium and magnesium and other uh, available material from the water. That process is called as the water softening. So the dissolved impurities of calcium, magnesium, etc. removed by various water softening methods like lime soda process, like zeolite process, like ion exchange process. So all these processes are for the water softening processes. Anyone you can use and the softening of water can be done by removing the calcium and magnesium available into the water. And this process is called as the water softening process. Then still the after the softening, still many uh, infections or bacteria, viruses or dirt available in the raw water. So to disinfect or to kill that disease causing germs or bacteria, it is called as disinfection process. It is carried out by treating water either with the chlorine gas or bleaching powder or chloramines called as chlorination. So this process of disinfection is also called as chlorination, removal of the disease causing germs from the water. And then chlorination is carried out to kill the algae also that would otherwise grow and clog the water filters. So that is the process of disinfection and the water is now free from the biological impurities also that is the bacteria and other microorganisms present in the water. Now when the water is fully treated, softening disinfection is also done then the water in storages and large overhead tanks, and from the that overhead tanks through the gravity, the water distribution system provide an uninterrupted supply of safe drinking water to all the consumers. Consumers may be for the domestic use, consumers may be for the industrial use. Now you can see the standard for the safe drinking water is given by Bureau of Indian Standard (BIS). Uh, the code is 10500/1991. It gives the as a specific drinking water quality standard in India provide for the same drinking water. So this can be compared with the impurities in the water can be tested and compared with the standard values given by the Bureau of Indian Standard. This standard has two limits: acceptable limit and the permissible limits in the absence of an alternate source. If any parameter exceeds the limit, the water is considered unfit. The water is considered unfit for human consumption. Unfit for the human consumption. So you can see here the Bureau of Indian Standards set for drinking water quality as per the IS 10500 and 1991. So you can see here the pH value, it should be in between. The acceptable limit is 6.5 to 8.5 as per the IS code. Or but in the pH value there is no relaxation uh, for the permissible limit. Turbidity of water, it should be acceptable limit is 1, but permissible limit is 5. Total dissolved solid milligram per liter, acceptable limit is 500 and permissible limit is 2000. So these limits are given by the Bureau of Indian Standard for the quality of drinking water. Total hardness Ca CO3 mg per liter per max. Acceptable limit is 200 and permissible limit is 600. E. coli presence and absence shall not be detectable in any 100 mm sample, shall not be detectable in any 100 mm sample. So it should be more sample are needed. Total iron, that is Fe, should be zero point 0.3 and there is no relaxation for the iron for the permissible limits. Also the fluoride content into the water, milligram per liter, it should be 1 milligram per liter and permissible limit is 1.5. Similarly, residual chlorine milligram per liter is zero point 0.2 and permissible limit is 1 uh, because chlorine is available because we are using chlorine for disinfection. Chloride milligram per liter should be 250 milligram per liter or permissible limit will be 1000. Taste, it should be free from and it should be good taste for us and the odor is also good for. So this is the Bureau of Indian Standard set for drinking water quality. So this IS 10500 gives the permissible limits and other limits to the users. Okay. Now, from this lecture, we can conclude that water is an important element to regulate body, so drinking water should be pure and hygienic. Otherwise, people may suffer from various waterborne diseases. Thus, water treatment process aims to supply of high quality drinking water. So this is the conclusion for today's lecture. And today's takeaway of the lecture is the treatment process. We have seen the complete and standards for the drinking of the same. So that IS code you can also download through the internet. You go to the internet, you can download that in IS code also. Or if you click this below link, you'll go to the blog side of the same drinking water. You can uh, click on the link, then you will direct it to the uh, safe drinking water guideline in India, the website by the Ken, and many such uh, IS codes you can directly download here. Which IS code you are using? IS 10500. You can search and you can get this for the IS code for the drinking water. And all the limits are given in the Indian standard codes, and that is only for the gun light. So you can see here the 10500 2012 drinking water inspection specifications. So these are given in the video of industry standard, and the permissible limits are also given. Acceptable limit and permissible limit is also given in the many such different element we are not discussed there are also available here. Aluminum, barium, boron, and fluoramines, etc. You can see this and the permissible limit and acceptable limit. Based on that, the water is used for the safe drinking water. So this IS code you can refer to get the different materials, their acceptable limit and permissible limit. Also, some biological treatments are also given in that. So today's our treatment process. We will learn about the treatment process and we will learn about the standard of safe drinking. You can see here. Also, you can search uh, water treatment process. The videos are available on the internet. You can go to any of the video and you can see the process. So you can see the process of water treatment online. It is available, and you can better understand how that process you have seen now also. And we'll continue our lecture in coming week. Thank you for joining. We will stop here, and regular you can join the regular, and your attendance are recording.